Welcome back to At Home with Roby. I'm Patrick McIsaac from Roby Electric, along with Trent Haston from the Roby family of companies. We're still with Carl Howard from AutoBell. And Carl, you were talking a little bit, we were going into the equipment that's involved with each one of your locations in 77 stores, or full-service stores, 5 states. The brand has really grown, but there's some really neat technological advances that you were telling us about, some automation or robotics.
Yeah, so, I don't know what it is about the car wash industry, but we always seem to be the last to get great technology, and robotics is one of those things. Currently our high-pressure wheel cleaning equipment, we call it a Wheel Commander, is a robotic piece of machinery. It's got its own controller, it's got its own drive mechanisms, and it literally locates each wheel independently on the conveyor and cleans each one thoroughly. So the first year we put it in, there was significant savings in labor because we used to have to do a lot of that work by hand.
Sure.
And so the chemistry combined with the high pressure, combined with the, locating precisely where that wheel is, really yields a lot of good cleaning power. And, we're going to try and deploy other robotics technology in other parts of the car wash. So we're working on that now. In addition to that, we have some pretty sophisticated recycling equipment that is it's a biological system, so it's natural. There is some centrifugal filtration, but primarily there's naturally occurring bacteria in the water are promoted to basically consume the hydrocarbons and all the nasty stuff that comes off the cars, so that when the water comes out of that system, it is clear, 100% clear, and literally clean enough to drink. I have actually had a sip of that water myself.
I was going to ask you if
you look pretty healthy.
I'm not growing another ear or anything like that.
That is amazing. You said really 10,000 gallons an hour?
It can do 10,000 gallons an hour through that system, and it's clean. And so our bays are cleaner. Everything is upgraded. Yeah.
Patrick just kicked me.
You want me to
say something special?
It was an accidental
Patrick
kick.
is looking so handsome today. Carl, we were talking during the break. We did put 2 and 2 together, talking about how our goal is share business and stories, and we fight the same fight. Basically, we just have a different widget, right?
That's true.
But we were fortunate enough. Thank you for the business, but we were fortunate enough to renovate your home up in the mountains, Grandfather Mountain.
We have a little tiny condo up in the mountains that I adore going out and literally just disappearing to. And you guys did a great job. So we redid 2 bathrooms. Now you got to understand, this place was built in the mid '70s.
Oh yeah.
And not a whole lot had changed in that place. And so they went in and actually upgraded the master bath. Had to take a little bit of bedroom space to make it work because you only have so much room. Mm-hmm. But we got a modern bathroom in there with 2 sinks and all that, which is great. And then the other bathroom got renovated and is very nice. And then just painted and recarpeted and did all that stuff. It was great.
Carl, we're really not worried about you. Is Mama happy? That's the key.
Yeah, exactly. And really, those bathrooms were a big part of making her happy. So It turned out really good.
Well, cool. Well, Carl also went to Carolina. He's a fellow Tar Heel alumni.
Yep.
And did you have anything to do with helping build the fraternity house that y'all did?
So when I got there, it was probably the 3rd pledge class, and so actually, technically it's the 2nd pledge class because they had the founding fathers and then 2 other pledge classes. So. When we graduated, well, first of all, we rented a house in Chapel Hill for a number of years, and then when we graduated, our alumni board helped get the new house built. Yeah, so we were a part of that.
Cool. I think that's a cool story. It's I had a little different experience with the fraternity. The curtain came back and I saw a bunch of people that weren't managing money correctly, and it tainted me a little bit because I had grown up very conservative in a family business. So I was like, man, I don't know. So it's really cool to hear your success story and how much your fraternity means to you.
And our mutual friend Mike Griffin, again, was a big part of that. He served in offices, different board offices, for our national fraternity.
When I travel with Mike a fair amount to go play golf and stuff, and he's always getting wherever we're at current college kids to come from y'all's fraternity, wherever we're at, and they'll come have dinner with us or something. And he is real big about mentoring these young men.
Yep.
And thinks that's one of his charges in life. So, I mean, I just think it's wonderful.
Yeah,
You car guys stick together, huh? I mean,
that's right.
That's what I'm sitting here thinking. I'm like, hey, what fraternity is it? And did you have all the other like the car dealership or all those kids in your fraternity as well?
I'll tell you what, there were a lot of business students,
Right.
so accounting and business school students in that fraternity. So I don't know. We kind of all got together.
Well, give a shout out. I don't know if you mentioned the fraternity's name. What fraternity were you
It's
on?
Delta Sigma Phi.
Delta Sigma Phi.
At Chapel Hill. Yeah.
Chapel Hill. Still going strong in Chapel Hill?
Still going. Yeah.
Great. Well, let's talk a little bit about your plans. What's Auto Bell's growth goals? What are you looking at? Your dad retired, right?
No, are you kidding?
That was a setup. I see him sometimes. I eat breakfast sometimes at a restaurant and see him in there occasionally. He's a go getter.
He will not stop. No doubt
That's
about
good.
it. So he enjoys it.
Well,
And I do
somebody's
too.
got to work, Carl.
Well,
nah.
so we can sneak away. Right?
So what are you looking at in the future? What's on the horizon for you guys?
Well, in Auto Bell, we are at a pretty good pace right now. We're doing about 7 or 8 new car washes a year, and that's a combined.
Wow.
We'll buy existing car washes and remodel them and rebrand them to Auto Bell and put our equipment in and such as that, and then we'll do ground ups as well. So at least for the near future, I think that pace for us is very sustainable, and we're kind of looking to continue that path. And I mean, who knows? Down the road, we could possibly buy a sizable chain at some point in the future, but. We're just growing.
So you're in 5 states. Do you have plans to geographically expand, or are you going to focus on these 5 states right now?
Probably contiguous to those states for now. Like I say, in the next couple of years is the plan. There's a lot of room in a lot of the markets that we're in currently.
In those states, I know Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina. Is it Georgia and Tennessee?
And Maryland.
Georgia and Maryland. Okay.
Not in Tennessee yet.
But I found it sort of interesting going through your history on the website that you actually opened in Virginia before you opened in South Carolina. Is that accurate or no?
Tidewater? That's probably the case. We had an opportunity to purchase a couple of existing car washes up there, and then we started building. And it's a good market for us.
Right.
Very recession-proof market. There's a lot of Department of Defense spending up there and the shipbuilding that's going on up there and such as that. So they don't see the lows of recession that everybody else sees. It's not a lot of competition, quite frankly, either. So
Cool.
It's been a good market.
Well, I mean, I'm asking you this cold. You're in the real estate business too, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're a real estate play. Patrick and I talk about. I've always talked about Ray Kroc, and I've heard stories that movie's out. The movie didn't show him in the best light,
founder,
but he said he didn't make any money off the cheeseburgers. He was in the real estate business, and we're kind of the same way. My dad used to always say, "You're never gonna make any money in business, but you have a pickup truck and maybe pay for an office building over time, and say thank you."
Yeah.
So. No, that's cool. I mean, I'm telling you, what I'm really impressed by. I mean, you have the store, the location over at Tyvola Road and Park Road, I guess.
Or South Park.
Man,
Yeah.
that is a sweet look. You did
it
really well.
It turned out really well. There was
does look
a
good.
closed daycare facility.
I
on
remember
that site.
it. Yeah.
And it was actually I rode by every day because I lived south of town, and I kind of took Johnston Park Road into town every day. And when I think the day the sign went up on the site, I called my guy, and it's funny, the California REIT owned it, if you're familiar with that kind of a company, and so we weren't able to buy it because they wanted a 30-day closing. We had to get rezoned and blah blah blah. So anyway, another person ended up buying it, and we went to them after a while. He wasn't able to develop it in the way he wanted to, and basically we made a deal. We had to get it rezoned. So we did a lot of unique things. That site actually has a garden on the roof. So the neighbors, they didn't want to look down on, just a stoic looking roof. So we actually have plants up there. And we did some unique things there. We put all of our equipment is 100% indoors, and actually that car wash is quieter. When you're standing on that lot, all you hear is traffic noise. You do not hear any of the equipment.
That's amazing.
At that car wash.
You had told me some of that story. I love what you had to do, how hard you had to push to get it, and how it turned out, and so it's great. Well, Carl, we're running out of time. Tell people how they can look you up, where you like them to go, drive them to your website, or just go to your store.
Both, because you can buy stuff in both places.
Yeah.
But autobell.com is really easy, and we hope to have an app out in the next few months. That's a big driver for us in the marketing world. And then, we've got car wash locations all over the place. Please come see us.
Well, thank you, Carl. It's been fun. We'll be right back.